Hello folks, Typhon Carter here, and I bring to you a Smogon Premier League 17 matchup. This is a Week 5 showdown between Void of the Wi-Fi Wolfpack and Tenebricite of the Dragonspiral Tyrants. Going into this week, the Tyrants are still trying to find their first win in DPP. That slot has been a disaster, to put it lightly. Like, Ladybug went 0-3, Tenebricite looked completely out of it last week, but Tene is getting another chance to get it together. Whereas for the Wolfpack, Void's had a extremely difficult season. He has yet to win a game, so somebody has to win here. That being said, though, let's jump right into this. Zapdos lead, Tyranitar lead. So this first turn, Zapdos, T-Tar showing Sandstream second, and Zapdos showing Pressure first. So this tells me that this is probably a Spadef T-Tar. So Tenebricite probably bringing a full-on stall, with your usual staples like Reflect Laddie, probably like Clef, maybe Scarm. Whereas for, Void, not immediately obvious. Throws a Toxic out, that is huge. T-Tar's our permanent timer, so this can help something like Latias breakthrough later. Throws a Toxic out there, gets a sub up, so it's a sub-toxic Zapdos. This is Mono Zap. This means something like Nidoqueen will wall it. This also means something like Clefable will do pretty well against it. Generally is something that can be deceptively annoying, and Heatran's gonna be the Clefable answer. This might be Taunt. Just gonna get Rocks up, and we're gonna see what happens here. Latias, we don't know if it's just gonna click T-Wave or what's up there. Throws up a Reflect, probably go T-Wave the meta. And the meta pops the Lumberry, and it's gonna get a Meteor Mash. Gets an instant Mash Raise, which is going to be pretty rough for Tenebricite. Looks like Tenebricite does not have a Skarmory from what I can tell, because if you have a Skarm, he should be going into it right now. And tries to Pursuit here. Pursuit meta, this is a bit of a forgotten move slot choice on it for a couple reasons. One, Pursuit, you don't generally see it because one, it just does not do enough damage to something like Defensive Rotom. Works well on more frail ghost types, and if you just need like some slot compression. But that being said, though, I mean, 10-8's gonna stay in here anyways because gets another Mash Raise, which is 10-8 is in trouble. And yeah, this is exactly why you need something like a Skarm on this kind of team, so that you don't have to deal with constant Meteor Mash raises for starters. Or at the very least, if you bring in something like Skarm, you can force an explosion. Tenebricite's just trying to go for a miss, trying to go find a full para, try to find some hacks, basically. Recovers here, and he's just barely hanging on, but this Metagross is going to be a huge problem regardless. Oh, huge crit there. Punches right through the Reflect, and Jirachi now forced to go for Iron Head flinches. Gets one, gonna need a couple more before it's in Fire Punch range. Wait, why? Oh no, he instead gets full parrot, so that kind of works out in his favor. Iron Head's here, but he's still gonna need a lot of Iron Head flinches to break through this Heatran. Heatran misses there. And yeah, this game is in a pretty rough state because if Void has like a fighter in the back, then he is in immense trouble. If he has like Infernape, well, unlikely, but still, if he has a fighter of some kind in the back, like even a Lucario, he could. This is still really tough. And he's just gonna Roost. Toxic's just going to do significant damage. Oh, Tenebricite shows Toxic of his own. And Tyranitar is on a huge timer now. And even though Tenebricite has Clef, you really see the effects of Toxic really affecting his ability to actually play the game. Gengar's gonna come in here, and yeah, that Tyranitar, not really a good check at this point. He's gonna come in, take 13%. Focus Blast misses, but even then, this Tyranitar's on a huge timer. And Void will land a second Focus Blast. And Jirachi's going to be the Gengar answer, and it's just going to get Will-O-Wisp. And it did show that it was a Protect Rachi, so it's Protect free attacks from what I can assume. And oh no, it's actually Refresh, interestingly enough. Got Protect here, and but even then, Tenebricite is just so far behind, because there is nothing stopping Void from just firing off an explosion. Oh wait, no, that is a, oh, I think that's a Bolt Clef. If that Heatran just KO'd it outright like that. And Flygon's gonna come in here, and Gliscor is going to be revealed. EQ is not gonna do a whole lot to this Gliscor. Forced to swap out. Goes into Zapdos. Ice Bank's here. The Zapdos is gonna die to sand damage, but this does mean that this opens the game up for, oh, it opens the game up for a Suicune sweep, and that is the last thing you want to see. Surf's gonna do 72%, sorry, to a Magneton. Magneton's on its last legs here, and Protect here. So this is probably the worst possible thing for Tenebricite to see late game. And Surf's here. That looks like a modest Suicune. And go ahead, Protect here. It's still unboosted. And Tenebricite, realizing that his best out right now is trying to, so he Fire Punch earlier into Iron Head, trying to play around the pressure PP, and tries to do that again, but Void burns him on this. But even at this stage in the game, Void has so much command over the game, and the other thing is that Void will want to make sure his Gengar is at least healthy enough where it can get a Will-O-Wisp off. So Tenebricite has a small chance, but it's going to depend on actually taking the Suicune out. Ironhead's here, does not get it. Jirachi's going to go down, so Tenebricite almost actually climbed back into this game. And Magneton's going to come in. It's just got to Protect here. And that Gliscor, probably like a Sassy Gliscor or like a Spadef Gliscor on this kind of team. Maybe it's like, you know, like it's got some speed investment with SD as a win condition. We don't know for sure. Suicune's going to come in. And we're going to find out soon enough what speed this Gliscor is. Okay, so it is a fast Gliscor. But Gengar can just come in and try to Will-O-Wisp this. Or Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball's here, does not quite KO, but it will live the Sand Chip. And that is that. So Void finally getting his first win of the season. And he is going to go to 1-4 now, I believe. Tenebricite is going to be 0-2. The Tyrants have yet to find a win in DPP. I mean, if you're Tyrants management, it's like, who else are you going to go through? Because it looks like this slot is going to be a carousel for the Tyrants for this entire season going forward, as I believe we're more than halfway through. Looking back at this game, I mean, the Latias was just simply forced to do way too much. I think what Tenebricite was trying to do was trying to wear the Metagross down to a point where Magneton can actually come in and counter trap. Now, if Tenebricite was able to do that, then I think he would have been in a much better spot to actually win the game. So that was a little bit unfortunate, but you know, that said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.